Once you have installed FB Video Presser, head over to the settings page, so just on the main menu here and settings, and the first thing we are going to do is create our Facebook app. Now don't worry, this is actually very simple. So first thing we need to do is head over to developers.facebook.com. So if you just put developers.facebook.com into your browser window, it'll redirect you to somewhere that looks like this, and then we want to go to My Apps. Then once we're in the My Apps page, we want to add a new app, and we are going to choose Website. Now when naming your app, you can call it anything you want, but bear in mind that when FB Video Presser creates automatic posts, the name of your app will appear alongside those posts. So you don't want to call it anything that appears too spammy. So I would just call it something like My Helper or My Assistant, something like that, so that people know that it's an app that's creating those posts, but that it isn't called something like FB Bot or something that appears spammy. So I'm just going to call this My Assistant, and then we'll create it. It is not a test version of another app. Choose category, and we're going to choose apps for pages, and we just create app ID. Just let this run a little while Facebook creates our app. There we go. And we'll need to put in a site URL here, so we'll just put in the URL of wherever you have installed the app. So in this case it is here, and we haven't got a mobile site. Click next. We don't need to worry about this, we don't need to worry about any of this, we can just skip the quick start. Now the next thing you want to do is put a contact email in. So if we go to settings, we need to put a contact email in here. Now you don't really need to worry about this too much. Putting this contact email simply allows you to make the app go live. So I'll just quickly put my email address in there, save the changes. And then the final thing we need to do is we go to status, yes, confirm. So we make this app available to the general public, click yes. Now this is very important because this basically allows other people to see the automatic posts made by your app. Okay, once you've done that, we go back to the dashboard, we simply copy the app ID here, so we copy that and we'll paste it in here in Facebook app key, and then we need to show our app secret, so we just need to put our password in here to be able to see it, and then I copy that and then I paste it in here, and then we click save. The next thing we need to do is once we've clicked save, we need to auth Facebook. We need to click this button here, and this just basically confirms that our app has permission to post on our behalf. So we click this button here and we say OK. We say OK. We put public. Which shows OK. There we go. Now that's our Facebook app done. We now need to create our YouTube app, and that will basically let Video Presser search YouTube on your behalf. So we go to console.developers.google.com. Yeah, and then we create a new project. Oh, you may need to sign in if you don't have your Google account logged in, but anyway, once you're here, create a project, and I'm just going to call it FB Video Presser tut. Again, you can call it any name, and unlike with the Facebook app, it really doesn't matter what you call this because the name isn't going to appear anywhere, so just call it whatever you want. Create. Once you've created it, just refresh the page and you should see it here. So find the one you've just created, and then we need to go to APIs and auth. Go to APIs. We then scroll down and find the YouTube one. It's right at the bottom here. YouTube Data API version 3, that's the one we want. We click on. And then once that is on, and you can see it's on here, we go to credentials. Then we want a new public API access, so we create new key, and it is going to be a browser key. We leave this blank and we click create, and then we simply copy the API key that appears here, paste it in here, and then save. You'll just note there's some trailing white space there, so I'm just going to get rid of that and save. While we're here, we will select our time zone. So I'm based in the UK, so my time zone is currently UTC +0. That's basically just local to wherever you are. So for example, if you're in New York, it would probably be -5. So I'll just set that to, and I'll save. Now the one final thing we have to do to finish setting up the settings here is to set up our cron job. To do this, we copy this entire cron URL here, copy the whole thing including wget-q at the start here, copy it all, then we go to the C panel that we have our WordPress installed on. So I'll go here, and then we scroll down, and then we find cron jobs. We will paste in the command here where it says command, common settings, so you can choose how often you want your cron job to run here. The more often it runs, the faster things will post, but it will also increase server load, and if you try to post too much, you will get your Facebook app banned for spamming by Facebook. So I recommend you choose either twice per hour or once per hour. So I'm going to go for twice per hour. At the push you could go once per 15 minutes, but I would say that would be the absolute max. And I would only do once per 15 minutes if you are running multiple fan pages from one installation. So if you're only running 2 or 3 fan pages, I would really recommend keeping this at twice per hour. So I'm going to choose twice per hour. If you were only running 1 fan page, definitely don't go above twice per hour. So I'm going to choose twice per hour here, add a new cron job, and then that's it. The cron job is set up, all the settings are complete, and your FB video presser should be ready to use.